Welcome to Grand Prairie Update. I'm Terry Briggs.
And I'm Don Johnson. Here's what's happening in your city.
Grand Prairie's popular Concerts in the Park series is back for another season at the Summit at Central Park. Local band Jurassic Rock kicked off the new season of music that will fill the air every Friday night in April from 7 to 9 p.m. The concerts are free and open to everyone. The Concerts in the Park series is sponsored by the Grand Prairie Arts Council. The next concert will feature Shoot Low Sheriff on April 12th. For more information, you can call the Grand Prairie Arts Council or log on to their website, artsgp.org.
I'm going to ask you what you think might be a good idea to write a song about.
It's a day to remember for these students at the Witt Fine Arts Academy in Grand Prairie. The fifth graders are getting a hands-on lesson in songwriting from recording artist Trout Fishing in America.
Shining bright.
During the session, the youngsters pick a theme and write the lyrics for a new song. Then the musicians whip up a melody to go with the words. Keith Grimwood and Ezra Idlet have been writing, recording, and performing together for over 30 years, winning awards and earning 4 Grammy nominations along the way. And during that time, they've been doing these workshops as they tour the country.
I wrote songs for years and years and years and years. And then suddenly, when you're going to teach something, you got to realize you have to analyze your process. And you have to figure out what it is that you're doing. And when you start thinking about your own process, your process gets better. You start defining what you're doing, and you figure out how to do it better and better and better.
For me, as a kid, songwriting was a mystery, and it seemed almost an unobtainable mystery. I don't know what made me think I could do it, but I finally got it in my head that I could write a song. But to see them engaged and to realize the possibility is there for them if they're interested in it, that really does it for me.
The workshop ends with the kiddos recording a demo of their original song, Boo Boo on My Knee.
I've got a boo-boo on my knee. Oh, wait. I've got a boo-boo on my knee. Oh. Which wall, Mel?
This wall.
Over here?
Yes, please.
For many people, moving day can be a stressful experience, but in this case, it was a joyful one.
Beautiful. I just love it.
Good.
Because after a little more than 5 months, lifelong Grand Prairie resident Deborah Richards got to move back to the same address she's called home since 1988.
This door is moved over.
But the address is about the only thing that's the same from when she had to leave last fall.
Because I lived in an old and very unsafe home, but I had so many memories tied up in it, I never dreamed that I would be where I am right now.
You know, if you hung a couple of bird feeders on this overhanging
Oh, of
bush,
course.
sit out here and watch the birds eat.
Where she is now is in a brand new home on the same spot where she watched her old one demolished. It was the first major step in a process that's changed her life. And it started when she applied and qualified for assistance from Grand Prairie's Housing and Neighborhood Services Department.
We determined that the house was pretty much beyond rehab or repair, that this house was deteriorated enough it warranted a total reconstruction.
Reconstruction that was paid for through a federally funded program that allocates money to the Housing Department for cases just like this. A program that Richards said she didn't even know about until she met Walters and the GPHNS staff.
Oh my gosh, look at it. It's just gorgeous. These are good people and they care. This is what I'm seeing. They are as happy as I am.
We get a lot of satisfaction out of helping people because just in this case, there's a lot of times they don't even realize we have a reconstruction program, and they may have a house that's so bad it needs it badly. They're really excited. We love to help families. That's what this program's all about.
Walters says his department has assisted with dozens of these types of cases each year since the program began. And while the immediate rewards for recipients are pretty obvious, there are also long-range benefits for the community.
You're going to have families here for a long time in a house that's newly constructed to the newest codes, and it helps the neighborhood, it helps the city, tax-wise, everything. It's a win-win-win.
It's just absolutely above and beyond anything I could have dreamed up or thought that I would receive.
For information about any of the city's housing and neighborhood services programs, contact them at 972-237-8040 or log on to gptx.org/housing.
The ballot is now set for the Grand Prairie City election on May 11th. In the mayor's race, Ron Jensen and Mark Hepworth face off for the job Charles England has held for 22 years. Both Jensen and Hepworth resigned their council seats to run for mayor. In Council District 1, Barry Anderson, Max Coleman, Georgia Clemson, and Michael Dean Riley II are running for the seat vacated by Hepworth. In Council District 2, incumbent Jim Swafford is unopposed for another term. In Council District 4, incumbent Richard Friegel was also unopposed for another term. In Council District 6, Warren Landrum, Catherine Jane Monette, Joshua Michael Spare, and Jeff W. Woolridge are running for the seat vacated by Jensen. The ballot also includes a measure on the 1/4 cent sales tax dedicated to street and alley repairs. Voters will decide if they want to renew the tax or let it expire. The polls are open for early voting from April 29th through May 7th at various locations. On May 11th, the polls are open from 7 a.m. until 7 p.m. For more election information, go to the city's website or contact the city secretary's office.
So we'll go ahead and file your return.
It's tax season again, and at the Grand Prairie Memorial Library, there's a free service to help the elderly and low income. Once again, AARP is providing professional preparers to help file returns for seniors and folks who can't afford a tax service.
The low-income people get the child tax credits, so that's a little confusing and a little bit tricky, but our software handles all that. And the elderly may come in because maybe the husband died and he took care of all the finances before, and then the poor widowed spouse comes in without a clue, and so we help those ladies.
The AARP tax service is being offered Monday and Wednesday from 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. through April 15th. If you plan to use the service, make sure you bring last year's tax return, your 1099 forms, and W-2 statements. For more information, go to the library's website or call 972-237-5700. That's it for this edition of Grand Prairie Update.
Hope you'll join us next time.